Hello Nigeria, thank you for joining us for another episode of Newsline. I am Jennifer Igwe. Now, emotions and the way we react to situations can sometimes give values and even etiquette a back seat. That is why for checks and balance, professional ethics exist to provide rules on how people should act in such an environment. In a situation involving physical assault caused by reaction to a story involving torture and injustice against a minor, should a case then be made? Find out why some are speaking out for a human rights show on this. Then, children are the hope of the world. They have the key to a better future, and investments we make in their lives are crucial. On our lineup is a grand celebration to mark Nigerian Children's Day. Then, didn't renowned motivational speaker Zig Ziglar say, if there is hope in the future, there is literally power in the present? True. That is why we are also highlighting an initiative that is preparing children who became orphans, no thanks to banditry, for a better future. We also have cultural celebration of love and events that mirror the ambience of societies. Before we dish out our stories, the news first, and my colleague Elizabeth Omori will take it from Abuja. Hello, Elizabeth, over to you.
Hello, Jennifer, and thank you so much for joining us on the news segment of the program. The Niger State government has confirmed the abduction of children at Salihu Tanko Islamiyya in Tegina Rafi local government area of Niger State. The chief press secretary to the governor, Mary Noel Burgess, says set await security reports on the sad incident. The Imo State Police Command has confirmed the killing of APC stalwart Ahmed Gulak in Owerri on his way to Sam Mbakwe Airport to catch a flight at about 7 o'clock in the morning when armed bandits intercepted and attacked a Toyota Camry cab, conveying him and two others. A statement by the police public relations officer, Bala Elkana, confirmed that Ahmed Gulak left his hotel without any security escorts in view of the fragile security situation in the southeast and Imo in particular. While the cab driver took irregular routes to the airport, 6 armed bandits who rode in a Toyota Sienna car intercepted, identified and shot at Ahmed Gulak at around Umezi, Obiagu in Ungo, Opala local government area close to the airport. The Commissioner of Police, Imo Command, Abutu Yaro, has directed a discreet investigation into the matter as critical and special forces have been deployed to the area and arrest perpetrators. Meanwhile, President Muhammad Buhari has described as heinous the murder of Adama politician Ahmed Gulak in Owerri, Imo State. Reacting to the development on Sunday, the president considers the act as premeditated by evil people who he says are determined to undermine the peace, unity, and territorial integrity of the country. President Buhari, who also expressed his deep condolences to the family, friends, and associates of the deceased, as well as the people and government of Adamawa State, assures that all resources will be deployed to bring the perpetrators of the act to justice. Sympathizers have been trooping to the residence of late Ahmed Gulak in Yola. The chieftain of the All Progressives Congress was murdered in Owerri by unknown gunmen. Bilkisu Abubakar reports.
A former political advisor to former President Goodluck Jonathan, Ahmed Ali Gulak, was assassinated while on national assignment in Owerri by unknown gunmen. The family, Gulak and Duhu Kingdom, confirmed the death, but say the motive behind his killing remains mysterious to them.
The security agencies are on the top of the situation. They are doing their investigation, so we will not preempt their investigation.
But you know, death comes when it comes. There's no something that we can do, but it's very sad news.
Ahmed Ali Gulak, who was a politician throughout his life, held various positions as first speaker in Adamawa State House of Assembly in 1991, a legal advisor to former Vice President Jonathan, PDP Adamawa governorship aspirant in 2014, and national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, as well as traditional title holder of Danmajin Mubi, among others. Until his death, he was a stalwart in All Progressives Congress. Late Gulak left behind an aged mother, wife, 11 children, and siblings. In Yola, Bilkisu Abubakar, NTA News.
Now, despite earlier announcement by the Imo State government regarding the alleged stay-at-home order by the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, streets of Owerri, the state capital, witnessed low turnout of people. Raina Ohiri brings us an update.
The streets of Owerri, including the market, which used to be a beehive of activity, for now is a bit deserted, as most people are indoors as a way of keeping safe, in view of the security breaches being experienced and possibly in response to the alleged stay-at-home order issued by the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. Efforts to get reactions from some residents proved abortive as they declined comment. Those who spoke off camera expressed worry over the situation. They, however, experienced the hope that peace will prevail. Meanwhile, the Imo State government, through the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Declan Emelumba, had earlier called on citizens and residents of the state to go about their normal businesses without fear of molestation.
Let our people be rest assured that the government has put all necessary security measures in place to ensure the safety and freedom of movement of all Imo people on these days and even after. So law-abiding citizens should go about their legitimate businesses without any fear or panic.
The people are of the view that caution should be the watchword. In Owerri, Rina Ohiri, NTA News.
INEC office in Njaba, local government area of Imo State, has been set ablaze. Although no life was lost, the building was substantially burnt down along with electoral materials and office equipment. The incident, which occurred this Sunday, May 30, 2021, brings to 42 the total number of INEC offices attacked nationwide since 2019. INEC, in a statement by its National Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, regrets that attacking these offices is not in national interest and has the capacity of compromising electoral activities and credibility of the democratic process. The Kaduna State government calls on the general public to disregard a report by an online media that there was an attack on Judge military base by armed bandits. A statement by Commissioner, Kaduna State Military of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Arowan, says the military and other security agencies have informed Kaduna State government that no such incident happened and all personnel stationed at the base are safe and accounted for. 14 of the students abducted by bandits in Greenfield University, Kaduna State, have regained freedom. Mohammed Omar Ajingi reports that they were released Saturday evening by the abductors in a location near the university along the Abuja-Kaduna highway. With hearts full of joy, the parents reunite with their children who have been in captivity since April 20. Three of the students were found dead few days after their abduction, while two others were again found dead in a village near the university on the 25th day of April. One of the students had earlier regained freedom. And in other news, the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, is on a royal visit to the Oba of Benin, Oba Ewa II, to cement the long-existing bond between the two royal families. At a reception in his honor held at the palace, the Benin monarch congratulated the Emir on his enthronement, describing him as a worthy ambassador of Kano Emirate Council and the country. Adoji Adoba has the reports.
The entourage of the Emir of Kano arrived Benin Airport, received by members of the Benin Traditional Council and Kano indigenes residing in Benin. Thereafter, the entourage proceeded in a convoy through the streets of Benin to Oba's palace. The Oba of Benin, in his address, said the visit clearly demonstrates the age-long tradition and cordial relationship which exists between Benin Kingdom and Kano Emirate.
Your visit today especially marks the opening of new vistas of possibilities and clearly buttresses the age-long traditions of our forefathers.
The Emir Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero described the Benin monarch as his elder brother and said his visit is to preserve the cultural ties between the two ancient kingdoms. He prayed for the nation's peaceful coexistence.
Since that historic visit, Providence has blessed us on the throne of our forefathers.
High point was the exchange of cultural gifts.
Thank you very much.
The royal visit is expected to last 3 days. In Benin, Adogbeji Ojegba, NTA News.
Nigerian elites and economic experts have been asked to think outside the box towards improving the nation's revenue base to cater for emerging dynamics of governance. This is the position of Kaduna State Governor Nasru Ahmed El-Rufai and other speakers at the 7th Annual Memorial Lecture of late Premier of Northern Region, Sir Hamadu Bello Mohammed Ajingi reports.
He died about 60 years ago, but his legacies live on. And at the forefront of preserving such legacies are these stakeholders of the region.
Good governance, national security.
This 7th public lecture in honor of late Premier Sir Hamadu Bello, the Sardauna of Sokoto, like previous ones, brings to table critical national issues such as economy, political theatrics, governance structure, and most recent challenges posed by COVID-19.
If you have good quality leadership and the followership is bad, nothing can be achieved.
The problems of this country are systemic problems. They are universal problems, and they need systemic solutions.
If you don't have a production, your productive capacity is not higher than the rate at which you produce babies, we can never get out of poverty.
Prioritizing prudence and fairness in governance, access to education for all, as exemplified by the late Premier, stakeholders say must be entrenched to restore the glory of the region.
The issue in Nigeria, particularly northern Nigeria, is not quantity, but quality.
And if you tell them that people don't want to go to school, they want to go to school. It is just that some of them can't pay school fees. So we must put a policy in place that enables anybody who wants to go to school to have the school fees paid for.
The foundation is in addition to preserving the legacies of the late Premier, training women and youth in various vocational skills. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Marajingi, NTA News.
The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has commissioned an integrated airport bus terminal in Lagos with a commitment to continue placing premium on development of the huge informal economy associated with the transport operations to improve intra-city movement across the state. Musa Tolia reports.
Of the Mafuluku Integrated Bus Terminal along the International Airport Road has been described as another milestone born out of long-standing effective collaboration between the federal and Lagos state governments to enhance transportation in the state. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said the project represents conscious efforts to improve intra-city transportation system captured in the Strategic Transport Master Plan of the state. He hinted that both Lamata and Fan will be operating transportation franchises in and out of the Mafuluku terminal.
For this facility, both Lamata and Fan will operate the franchise in and out of this terminal, while Lamata will operate bus services from Mile 2 and Oshodi. Fan, in turn, will run the local and international passenger service out of this station.
The bus terminal, built by the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transportation Authority and the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, is strategically located to offer seamless and affordable means of transportation to residents in Mafuluku, Ajawo Estate, Oshodi, as well as inbound passengers from Muritala Mohammed International Airport and domestic wing of the airport.
This terminal would enhance the environmental aesthetics of this location and promote orderliness within it, as well as eliminate the menace caused by parking and picking up passengers along the road.
Furthermore, it will open up the airport and adjoining communities to more economic activities.
The governor disclosed that more bus terminals will be delivered in the coming months in Agege, Ojota, and Aja under the first phase of the implementation of Bus Reforms Initiative in Lagos. Musa Toliad, NTA News.
And condolence messages are still pouring in on the death of Ahmed Golak. The chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, Rotimi Akeredolu, has described the killing of the former special advisor on political matters in the last administration, Ahmed Golak, as senseless and wicked. The statement signed by the governor said the killing of the All Progressives Congress chieftain is disturbing and shocking. The statement says the perpetrators of this heinous act are enemies of this country, while calling on all security agencies to collaborate with a view to unveiling the criminal elements sponsoring and undertaking terrorist acts. The statement admonished governors in the southeastern states to brace up and confront the current security challenge to put an end to the bloodbath in the land. Christian clerics have continued to pray for the strengthening and sustenance of Nigeria's democracy to attain the much-desired peace and unity for the needed socio-economic development of the country. The chairman, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, and other clerics in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, dedicated time to pray for the country as the nation's democracy clocks 22. Ifoma Aihoje reports.
I, Olusegun Obasanjo.
The adoption of a democratic rule in Nigeria in 1999 was widely embraced and viewed as key to promoting the culture of inclusion for peaceful coexistence, sustainable development, and economic stability. Various administrations have labored to maintain the nation's democracy, though several events have hindered the full actualization of these dreams. The clergy in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, have admonished Nigerian leaders and citizens to keep faith with the country.
Despite the challenges, I think there is still the need for us to give thanks to God.
People cannot be burning people's houses. That's arson. They should be prosecuted. People are killing people. They should be tried for murder.
The chairman, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, PFN Akwa Ibom State, and other clerics pray for the unity, peace, and growth of Nigeria.
I wish Nigeria more democracy in Jesus' name.
We speak peace, we speak expansion, we speak increase upon this nation.
A Nigeria with an enviable economy, a Nigeria where peace and unity thrive, and a Nigeria laced with religious and cultural tolerance is the Nigeria that the Christian community hopes for. In Uyo, Ifoma Aihoje, NTA News.
Still on peace and security, members of the ECOWAS Parliament have resolved to legislate on regional collaboration to tackle insecurity and other threats to the growth of member states. This follows the presentation of country reports by Guinea-Bissau, Benin and Niger Republic to the Parliament. On Nge Fine-Face reports.
Plenary received country reports from Benin, Niger and Guinea-Bissau on the political, security, human rights and health situations in those countries.
2 years ago, the head of states met in Burkina Faso, where they agreed to raise up to $1 billion to fight insecurity in the region. Unfortunately, most countries have not been forthcoming with the commitments they've made, and we're beginning to experience more insecurity in the region.
Now the report also covered status of implementation of community texts related to community levy, free movement of persons and goods, as well as equality of rights between women and men.
They allow free goods to come into the country, which is good for everybody, but they use that method to infiltrate bad people into it. If you allow everything to go as is specified by ECOWAS, you will see that there will be trouble.
If those at the border post, the custom officials, the military officials are doing their job, the policemen, then illegal entry will not be permitted. When we talk about free movement, we are talking about legitimate free movement.
So the Committee on Peace, Security, African Peer Review should be able to bugger up to this challenge if we are to create an enabling environment for our people in Africa, ECOWAS nation states.
Debate at plenary centered on how to strengthen the capacity of member states to contain the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, insecurity, and factors impeding free movement of persons within the ECOWAS sub-region. Onengiye Fine Face. NT News.
In recognition of his immense contributions to the growth and development of the judicial system in the country, students of the Faculty of Law of the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, in collaboration with the University Authority, have honored the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammed. The students, during the public presentation of the maiden edition of Arnold Chambers' Annual Journal of Contemporary Issues in Sharia and Comparative Law, described the CJN as a big source of inspiration, noting that as an alumni, his antecedents are a source of huge pride to the institution. The CJN urged the students to maintain the periodic publication of the journal in line with objectives of the chambers, describing it as the first of its kind in Africa. An unidentified woman lost her life instantly in an accident along Zaria and Kano Highway this evening after a fuel-laden truck crushed the vehicle with which she and her driver were traveling in. The accident, according to eyewitness account, was as a result of the two vehicles avoiding bad portions of the road, as ongoing work on reconstruction of the highway is yet to reach the axis. The deceased woman and driver in critical condition have been taken to the General Hospital, Markafi Town of Kaduna State. In town now to talk sports, and Bade Adeleye will be our guide.
Welcome to sports. All right, let's begin with the Nigeria Professional Football League, as Akwa United are back atop the league standings after, defeating rivals Kwara United in a match day 24 encounter. It was a hard-fought win for them, and it was decided earlier this evening in New York. And Akwa United now have 45 points from 24 games. After the game, NTA caught up with some of the coaches.
Of the match, because before this game we knew what we wanted to have out of the game, because we needed to win to consolidate on our top position. So we had to go all out, and we thank God that's really paid off well.
I think we did very well. This is not the game we're supposed to lose. I never complain about the officiating, but this is not acceptable at all. We did the same thing against Rivers. Our player got a straight red card and a penalty. The same thing here. I don't think if we continue this way, it's the coaches that always face the music. It's just a terrible.
Kano Pillars dropped to second on inferior goal difference after being forced to a goalless stalemate by home team Plateau United at the New Jos Stadium. Same was also the case for Imba International, who settled for a share of the spoils with Heartland FC. Nasarawa United beat Adamawa United 1-0, while Lubi Stars recorded a 2-1 win over Sunshine Stars. Ese Brume boosted Nigeria's hopes of winning medals in the athletics event of the forthcoming Tokyo 2020 Olympics as she raised the Nigerian and African women's long jump record of 7.12 meters set 25 years ago by Chioma Anjuma at the 1996 Olympics. Brume set a new record of 7.17 meters at the Chula Vista Field Festival in California, USA, to earn the farthest distance any woman has jumped in 2021. Meanwhile, Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dari, has commended Ese Brume for her record-setting performance, just as he expressed optimism that her latest feat will help propel her to secure a podium finish at the Tokyo Olympics. Dari also hopes other Nigerian athletes will draw inspiration from Brume's success story. And finally, Osheviri Anega has won the maiden Governor Dure National Scrabble Open Championship in Bayelsa with 11 games out of 15 to finish with a total of 617, while Etakaro finished second with 560. Ikoku David dominated the students category with 7 wins out of 8 games, with a cumulative of 1,545, with Deborah Quickpen finishing second with a cumulative of 1,117. Other sports is back to Elizabeth.
Thank you so much, Buddy. In Sports Update ends the news segment of the program. Don't forget to connect with us at the NTA, Stand Against Rape and Rapists. Newsline continues with Jennifer with Abampa. Stay with us.
You can get more news and updates on www.nta.ng or follow us on our Twitter handle at NTA News Now. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/NTA Network News. And also stay connected and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Also remember to watch our news live streaming at www.nta.ng/live.
So please go to the market and get me everything I need to cook this food. Get my pepper and get my onions. I'm waiting. Do you know how to buy pepper? Do you know how to buy dashi? You won't even let my mother come and stay. I need help. You don't know how stressful it is to take care of these 3 kids. Are you still there? If you're not getting me fresh meat, do you understand?
Okay, I'm at the
Can you
meat.
switch to video call, please? Okay, give me that one. The one by your side.
Okay, please.
Where do I buy all these things now?
Hey, go get Glow Berekete and call madam.
Berekete. The heavyweight voice and data plan. Get 600 Naira free credit plus 700% bonus on every recharge and up to 100% bonus on data plans.
I am with you at every stage of your life, providing comfort when you are keeping fit, comfort when you are expecting your bundle of joy, comfort during motherhood, comfort in your office, comfort in your car, comfort when sharing a meal, comfort at bedtime. From cradle to grey, there's comfort for you with Vitafoam. Quality is vital. Quality is Vitafoam. Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
What's the difference between regular data and MTN data? I'll show you. With regular data, you get this. But with MTN data, you get moved right into the action like this. And this. And this. And this. With MTN data, you don't just get more, you experience more. Need loads of data to live your dream? Turn it up on MTN, the reliable data network.
My son has always dreamt of being in the spotlight. As his mother, it is my duty to help him live up to his dream. That's why I give him Born Vita every day, which contains iron, zinc, and vitamin C that supports his immunity and gives him the strength to pursue his dreams. Born Vita, strength to dream.
Taste is key and that's how we communicate. Best nourishment in every school. Mama, tasty mama, share the love. We all together. I love my mama. Mama, tasty, nourishing, scoop it. Mama.
Mama, best scoop of tasty nourishment.
The Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, FNCS, FBCS, FIIM, cordially invites the general public to the virtual launching of the National Policy on Virtual Engagements in the Public Service and the virtual commissioning of 4 digital economy projects for a digital Nigeria. These are the Emergency Communications Center, Akure, Ondo State, Digital Economy Center, Delta State University, Abraka, Delta State, Digital Economy Center, Government Secondary School, Rigasa, Kaduna State, and Construction of Digital Economy Center, Federal University, Gashua, Yobe State. The program is scheduled to hold as follows.
Monday, 31st May, 2021.
Time 11 a.m. Venue Microsoft Teams. Announcer Dr. Noyen Wachuku, Acting Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy.
Here today, gone tomorrow. 'Cause you volatile like the water. And you promise what you don't know. Sometimes it's right and then it's so wrong. Them go do like say them why. Who promise you the world. My brother all now worship. Upon all of the open eye. I see no fear water. Like king of the letter.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. Now, 60 boys who lost their parents to banditry in Zamfara and were forced out of their homes are now receiving rare educational training. 4 voluntary organizations are working together to see that these boys have a brighter future, and the signs are good. Hamis Rogo tells the story.
I stand to be corrected, but no landmark identifies Zamfara State more like Dutsen Kwatarkwashi does. It is a historical colossus that has seen cultures evolved and cultures died. It has seen epic wars fought and powers shift in its natural transitions through time. Dutsen Kwatarkwashi has not been a mere rock formation. It has been a human settlement at both its peak and at its base in all the days of its life. There is a deliberate effort in Zamfara now to see to the emergence of new colossus, this time human beings and not mountain ranges. We came to Bongudu, where there is a program in a community called Rega for children that have been opened by the insurgency that has been around that area. But come to think of it, this community decided on assisting the open, some of them which are here, with something different. And you know what is happening? What is taking place is a master stroke. Over the years, Zamfara State found itself grappling with the activities of bandits. These bandits operate in remote communities so often, visiting mayhem on farming and pastoral communities. Many a community come to find death where it only looks for sleep, and survivors were forced out to life unknown. Concerned by the sights of children who lost virtually all to bandits, the force system joined hands to do something different to guarantee the future of some 60 children. Emir of Bungudu, Hassan Atahiru, is at the head of this endeavor.
The 4 of us came and sought for a solution or some intervention in even in a small way that we could elevate children who have been orphaned. So as God will have it, we came together, we sought for various options of where they will stay, what they will do, what programs will be mapped out. And having knowledge of what the CSPDP is doing, we contacted this through the Eruga community, and were able to get intervention of this place. And you could see how impressive it has been.
What this system do is to fashion out a special and ambitious education program to lift the children out of despair to the certainty of life of knowledge. It is education anchored on innovation, creativity and skills development. It is also education in science. The story of it is that none of these children is 10 years yet, but 2 years into that training, magic is coming out of their head. Ubaidullah has seen his parents killed. They live in a remote village in Bungudu. Apparently, he has never heard of ATM or even seen one. The education he is going through now informs him about ATM and what it does differently. At a period, they come to Abuja for a program. There, he was shown ATM in real life, and he touched it. Today, Ubaidillah had made his own ATM, and it is dispensing money. My only anxiety is that Ubaidillah's ATM only displays notes of 5 naira, 10 naira, and 20. But you can't deny his progress. Their children fabricate every imaginable and unimaginable technologies. Ma'aruf fabricates his solar-powered fan. Ra'is has his flying boat floating. They design a spaceship and solar system. Some technologies are taking place in this place. Much as is happening to these open children now, there is enough goodwill for their education to be sustained.
The house came to be, as I said, in 2019. We have teachers that we employ. We have cooks, as you can see. We have matrons that take care of the children. We supply them with all the needs.
As much as support as the children are getting now, they are the pioneers of this intervention and the last to benefit from it.
We are hoping for the boys to become something in life. We want them to stand on their own so that they can face the society later and they will be able to help others. We want these boys themselves to be the ones running this house, making the future better for other children in their capacity.
A lot of ambition is invested in these boys to grow to a life of duty. For now, the school is their father and their mother, and it is their village too, because they have no relations to go to and no village to go back to. But they have a start in life they probably would never have dreamt of.
Exceptional kids, indeed. Now, nothing like keeping hope alive, thanks to the organizations. Now, when a passenger boards a vehicle, the prayer is usually for journey mercies and safe arrival at destination. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way. Unfortunately, this was the case of a 17-year-old who left Abuja for Lagos but found herself in Sokoto. Dalhatu Abdullahi tells us the story.
17-year-old Minat Abdullahi is an indigenous of Osun State. Minat's mom died 3 years ago and her father fell ill 2 years back, and his younger sister Rukayat Rufai visited him from Abuja, and due to his state of health, she took Minat back to Abuja. Minat has now graduated from secondary school at Success Model College in Gwagwalada area and decided to move to Lagos, where her elder brother lives, because living with the aunt was becoming unbearable.
The way the woman is maltreating me in Abuja is very wrong, and I stayed with him for 3 years so that I should just finish my secondary school and go for my poly. So when I see that the situation is too much and I can't handle it again, I decided to stay with my brother in Lagos.
After talking to her elder brother in Lagos, Minat's aunt Rukayat arranged for her to leave for Lagos. Minat left Abuja last week, Sunday, 23rd May 2021, in a commercial cab which came to her aunt's house to pick her. There were 2 passengers and the driver, and Minat joined them. As the journey progressed, the 2 passengers disembarked at different points.
When you reach a place, one will come down, he will give the driver slank like this. And the driver will do like this. So that thing, me, my brain just they crack. I just they see that, what's all this that someone will come down, who is going to be doing like this. The second one to do like this. King Congo, skingy skanga skongo. I need this skingy skongo, skanga skingy skanga. And then they wonder that what's meaning of skingy skongo, skanga skanga. Me, I even they use it to joke that I will use this thing to joke with my youngest ones, like my brother children at home. I will use that thing to joke with them if I get to Lagos.
And Minat found herself in Sokoto. She said she slept in an uncompleted building, and she was found by a good Samaritan roaming the streets at Arkilla area in Wamako local government of Sokoto State. The person took her to the Ife Progressive Cooperative Union in Sokoto, and the leadership reported the case to the police.
Whenever you put your child, and most especially in this time of risky we are in Nigeria now, you're supposed to be monitoring. Either 1 hour, you should be giving call to him or her.
Minat had called her aunt's line while on transit and she did not pick. Her elder brother picked when she called. However, when she called him later, he had switched off his line and her aunt's line too had been switched off.
I want them to know that I'm in Sokoto, that I'm not dying or I'm not lost.
The Sokoto State Police Command says investigations have commenced to find Minat's family.
We will now step up our investigation on these contacts and make sure that we locate whoever is in the family so that they can come and take her.
Minat is now under the care of the Ife Progressive Cooperative Union in Sokoto while the search for her family continues.
Now, I pray she finds her family, and it's important for us to monitor people when they travel. Now, Children's Day is celebrated to increase awareness on the rights, well-being, and education of children. To mark this year's Nigerian Children's Day, NTA Knowledge organized a party at the NTA Arena loaded with excitement. It left smiles of fulfillment in the air. Veronica Emmanuel reports.
That was the ambience at the NTA Arena, Abuja, as it came alive when children from different backgrounds assembled to celebrate their day. 14-year-old Teresa Opai, though with special needs, did not allow her condition to rob her of the day's merriment. A student at the Abuja School for the Deaf, Kuje, Teresa's schoolmates and children from other schools had good time. And these were some moments that thrilled the audience.
Restorers of peace, settlers of disputes, menders of broken homes.
Guests at the event used the opportunity to advise parents, teachers, and the society at large to collectively work towards curtailing spread of COVID-19 pandemic and unleashing the talent in the Nigerian child as leaders of tomorrow.
Basic thing is for them to concentrate on their learning.
Hinges on society in total also to come to the aid of the vulnerable.
We can only encourage them to be hardworking, to be studious, to be disciplined.
I pray to God to give me the grace to get a job as a doctor because I want to be a doctor. Children's Day is fine. With Children's Day, I come here and I'm learning a lot from people. I also see future leaders like me.
Children's Day means a lot to me. It makes me feel happy because it makes me know that, yes, children are valued.
It's a very significant day for me because it is a special day that all children in the world can get celebrated.
The team for the 2021 edition unite to reverse the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on children. Perfectly suits their mood.
Children are the future, so deserve the very best. Thank you, NTA Knowledge. Now, although there has been a national outcry and attendant consequences on incessant rape and defilement of minors in recent years, the issue is still rearing its ugly head. as an 11-year-old Fatima, an orphan of Tundun Amba, a suburb of Lafia, the Nasarawa state capital, is still traumatized and trying to recover from the harrowing sexual assault by a rapist. Let's hear from Mary Domtor, who followed up the case.
In Lafia, most teenagers at the age of Fatima are always helping their parents to hug as a means of getting small earnings. Fatima was on that line of daily duty on the fateful day when she ran out of luck when one of her customers, having patronized her, chased her into the bush and raped her. Because of the fear of stigmatization, the community wanted to cover up, but her uncle's wife raised an alarm, and the suspect, an 18-year-old boy by name Musa Ali, was arrested and is being prosecuted.
All
we want is justice for Fatima.
At the time when other children were carried away by the euphoria of celebrating their International Day, Fatima was in pains and shame as she remained indoors, except when she wants to go to the hospital. The Nasarawa State Police Command confirmed the incident with an assurance of prosecuting the suspects.
Was on her way going home when he accosted her, took her into his sugarcane farm, unlawfully had carnal knowledge of her, and threatened her not to inform anybody. On the receipt of that information, the suspect was arrested by the divisional police officer, D Division. The suspect has been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department, Lafia, for an exhaustive investigation.
While the case lingers, Fatima is still bleeding as the family appealed for assistance from well-spirited individuals to ensure that she gets justice, which will serve as deterrent to would-be rapists.
No excuse for rape. We must all stand against rape and rapists, so justice must be served. You're watching Newsline. There's much more to come. Stay tuned.
It is time for celebration. Oh. 30 years bustling with goodness. Eh. The challenge can never ever stop us. You can't underrate us. You can't underrate. But still with so much greatness. Enjoy a world of
Don't be here on time.
come and play. Chinedu, let's play.
Right on time! Your loved ones will rush home for tasty meals prepared with Sonia tomato mix.
Yummy times 2.
It's so good eating together with the family. Thanks to Sonia. Sonia tomato mix brings you together.
We have that available.
Babes, are you hungry? Famished. Just always remember, you deserve a break.
Yes, we can provide.
You can indulge in a cup of 3-in-1 Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Indulge. Now available in the 450 grams pouch. nation's human resource.
My name is Chikwe Ihekwazu. I lead the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. I'm extremely privileged to have gotten this vaccine today. Really, I accept it really on behalf of all the healthcare workers, public health workers. I've really spent the last 12 months working so incredibly hard on this response. And I think it provides hope. You know, this vaccine really provides us an opportunity to reinvigorate ourselves as we sustain the response in Nigeria. So this vaccine provides us a real shot at life. But, you know, that shot will come into effect when we have most of the population vaccinated. We have to keep washing our hands, wearing our masks, keeping apart from each other until we have enough people vaccinated in the country. And I'm sure we'll get there.
Welcome back. Now, it was pageantry and a spectacular display of royalty as one of the influential traditional rulers in Nigeria and a bridge builder between the South and the North, His Royal Highness King Apollos Chu, the Onechenia the 10th of Eleme Kingdom, as he gave out his first daughter, Princess Mma's hand in marriage. Ijoma Ugwekwe reports that it was a display of affluence and traditions of Eleme Kingdom in Rivers State as notable personalities graced the ceremony in grand style.
It was a carnival of some sort as Ogale community in Eleme and its environs stood still in admiration of the newest bride as she made known her marriage to Ajiri Ogene Elaye from Delta State. The ceremony was a sight that could not be forgotten in a hurry. Princess Mma's first outing drew guests, relatives and friends out from their seats. The search for her husband followed after welcoming royalties, among whom is the Emir of Kano, His Royal Highness Aminu Ado Bayero, government officials, including representative of Nigeria's First Lady, Honorable Kabiru Dodo, and other notable personalities, all from different parts of the country. The duo, who was the center of attraction, received royal blessings from the monarch, King Apollos Chu, and other royal fathers.
Let me
I want God to give them strength to overcome their trial time. I want them to prosper than me. They should be humble, respect humanity, respect everybody.
Pray that our life will be greater than anybody on earth.
Majesty has shown that he is a true Nigerian. He has covered everywhere. Therefore, my wish for the couples is long-lasting relationship between her husband.
He's a bridge builder. He has been trying to unite people, and you can see from the number of people that come from the northern part of the country for this wedding, definitely the king is doing very well.
I actually appreciate our colleague in Apollos Chu. He has been a very, very strong bridge builder, connecting south and north. And you can see the era of traditional rulers from the north coming to attend this very, very august wedding of his daughter. We pray Almighty God to give the couple a very blissful married life.
What really attracted me to her was her humility. She's very, very humble and very straightforward.
Different cultural troops from Bida, Niger State, and parts of Rivers State entertained guests.
Congratulations to the traditional ruler and the young couple. Now, when a man works hard, commendations and eulogies follow. It is in view of this that the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, was honored by the Global Initiative for Leadership and Diligence in Service to Humanity. Omenka Amarachuku was at the colorful event in Abuja.
Rising through the ranks and playing roles in leadership position has contributed to national development is earning these Nigerians a recognition from Global Initiative for Leadership Success, as it beamed its searchlight for promoting good leadership. The Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, and other Nigerians were honored fit in those who have filled the requirements.
Their need of good leadership. That is our problem. From our communities, from the church, from the faith organizations, every society, everywhere, this problem of leadership. And so we want to, in our corner, or from our corner, play some role to see that this country, to see that African continent, to see that the world gets better leaders.
Represented by the Deputy Director News, NTA, Ayo Adewi, NTA is known for promoting unity and inculcating good values among Nigerians.
It's a continuous one, and that is why the NTA will always support organizations like this that is engendering discussions and sustaining discussions on this very important issue confronting not only Nigeria but the whole world.
For the other awardees, the award will serve as a moral booster.
I believe it's a call for me to do more in terms of leadership roles and also to be a champion of integrity.
Very fantastic award. You know, it's an award that recognizes the role of, outstanding leaders in the society.
An opportunity to think more, do more, and of course expand the frontier of creating more value for our dear country, Nigeria.
It's a call for you to do better than what you are doing.
The award for these distinguished Nigerians is expected to help in reshaping many minds for good leadership.
Congratulations to our DG and all those who got awards. Now, what is worth doing, they say, is worth doing well. And for things to be done right, some level of diligence is required. Going by tradition, Nigeria is home to many duly diligent people. However, the advent of westernization and improved technology, rather than boosting this number, seems to be aiding its decline. Daniel Aderiye in this report examines the importance of due diligence and why it is necessary for sustained national unity.
The Nigerian society from time immemorial has always been associated with the concept of hard work, competence and due diligence. However, fast eroding cultural values of family upbringing have been highlighted as some of the contributing factors to the decline in due diligence among Nigerians.
Family values are eroded. You see children do opposite of what most families have taught them. The things they've been taught in the family are not the things you see them do outside. And then sometimes families are not there for people. So in the National Orientation Agency, our strong point on this subject is that we should start from the family. That the family is where people are molded.
Nigerians, however, who form a major part of this discourse, had quite a few things to say on the subject matter.
We don't do what we should do. It then means that those that feel like doing what they should do have learned that there is no benefit in doing what they should do. So everybody does the shortest thing, the easiest thing for them.
You see some organizations today, they are paying maybe a company, the bid is paying them 30,000 or 50,000 naira, and what they are remitting to the workers is 12, 10,000. At the end, some of them, at the end of the month, they will now be looking for issues to cut down their salary. Are you now expecting this kind of people, to work with due diligence?
The family is the smallest unit in the society, and they are the ones that make up a society. So the family should be the first to institute these values, first of all, that there's no shortcuts anywhere. And then from there we can now begin to graduate to the school, then to the religious bodies.
First of all, we need to know that there are problems in this country. Understanding the fact that we have a problem in this country is one of the basic things. Then secondly, all religious people need to put hands together and be one. Pray for this country, and I believe everything will work out well.
In the words of a great historian, work is good, but good work is even better. So whatever thy hand findeth to do, be sure to do it well.
Now, due diligence can help to foster growth. Indeed. Now, when emotions are high, anything could happen. But taking control of such and staying calm is wisdom. This takes us to a story that is still trending on the mainstream and social media platforms. It is the video of a popular radio and TV presenter of the human rights broadcasting station, Ahmed Issa, who assaulted a woman during one of his live shows. While the debate is still on about the ethics of the profession, some Nigerians are speaking up for the man they know as the ordinary president. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim tells us more.
Chukwuemeka is a taxi driver. Unlike many Nigerians, irrespective of their position at home and abroad, tune in to listen or watch live on radio and television the program Berikiti Family, one of the most popular radio and television shows in Nigeria, which is said to stand for the right of the ordinary citizen. For over a decade, the afflicted, among other less privileged, were believed to have been empowered through the Berikiti Family show, anchored by Ahmed Issa.
Injustice. If I say he's our Messiah of the current time, if I say he's the incoming Messiah, where don't come now?
Ordinary Ahmed is the father of ordinary Nigerians. So and I will count no less than 1, 2, 3 to 5 or 10 persons I know that have benefited from Ahmed's gesture.
One experience is when the VIO is pursuing us from here and there, destroying our properties. He's one of the people that come out for taxi drivers.
Even on the battlefield, there are rules of engagement. But recently, the ethics of the man who described himself as the ordinary president was queried when he was seen assaulting a woman during his live program. These went viral in a short documentary by the BBC, which also got the street talking.
We are all still in our comfort zone and feel crucifying the man from a distance. If that child was your child, that his head was burnt on his core, what would be your reaction? So he acted as a father at that moment.
Although he has since tendered apology for his actions and granted police invitation for questioning, many of his supporters say they are unfathomed.
I stand here as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to still tender apology on his behalf.
Even in your house, if you are trying to be a good person, you may be having the enemy to destabilize your relationship.
Meanwhile, the show may still go on, but the dust is yet to settle, as investigation into the activities of the Human Rights Radio and Television has been launched by regulatory bodies. And until then, to err is human, but to forgive is divine. So says the people.
The important thing is that he has apologized, and it is important to stick to ethics of the profession. Now, before the democratic era, the title honorable was not common. Today, it is fast becoming a household name for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. The question is, who should be addressed as honorable? Let's join Nsikak Okon to find out who rightly deserved the title.
Though we live in a society where the mighty and the little crave for titles, It can never be out of stock.
With the current democratic setting, it appears that everyone gets served landing with the title honorable. However, there is need to really find out whether those who answer honorable deserve to be addressed or are really honorable as they claim.
It has been abused by politicians who have no regard for respect for fellow humans, respect for principles.
I understand that it is when you've stood an election that people tend to call you honorable. But for me, I think that title should only be given to people who deserve it.
But let's find out who should be addressed as honorable.
It's a person who has been elected to a legislative house and has earned the honor of his people. Not somebody who has been appointed as a supervisor in a local government, or PA to PA, or PA to a councillor, or PA to a minister.
People that are in the National Assembly are supposed to have been assessed before voted into power. That's why they are called honorable members. So they call them honorable members. But that does not stop calling those men that are honorable in nation as honorable members.
Has accountability, has integrity, and is honest in all honesty.
Are those that we have elected into public office living up to the expectation? I won't agree. Most of them are not. Some maybe, but majority no.
So everything should just be scrapped. Let everybody calm down, be your mistake or misses or whatever the case may be, and then let your deed, let what you do, your achievement in life, your records in public office be those or that which should accord you the title honorable.
An honorable man, like the drama that took place in the Webster House Assembly some years ago, who started a fight in the house, remove his shoe, jump the fence. Is that an act of an honorable person? That's the word. Go back to the National Assembly some years ago. Honorable men will put up the akpada, carry chair, and beat another honorable member. Is that an honorable act?
Let's also hear from the honorable.
Honorable is that you have graduated from the position of thinking about yourself due to the position of thinking and working for the public. Honorable is because you now earn the public trust and you're working for the trust of the people. That makes you honorable.
I think the title of honorable is an etiquette for addressing certain offices, but adding rectitude to it is necessary. Now, time for another break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Times are tough. We know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. It's great value. It protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
In my house, we may look alike, but we are very different individuals. Everybody believes their way is best. That's why Golden Penny Pasta is our favorite meal.
Golden Penny Pasta, made with durum wheat, is tasty, nutritious, a source of protein and fiber, and non-sticky. So you can cook, serve, and eat your pasta just the way you like it. With Golden Penny Pasta, your way is best.
'Cause I'm the new best thing. I'm the new best thing. Better than you've ever seen.
Discover new Guinness Smooth. Perfectly balanced for a smooth, refreshing taste.
I'm the new best thing.
Sunday on Nigerian Idol, the voting lines will open for your top 11. And looking for your support are Akuna, Beyonce, Clinton, Comfort, Daniel, Dotun, Emmanuel, Faith Mac, Francis, and Kingdom. Nigeria, you take control from this Sunday. So register to vote for free on our website now to ensure your favorite stays on the show. The Top 11 live this Sunday at 7. This is Nigerian Idol.
Proudly sponsored by Biggie Drinks, Nigeria's favorite, and Techno Mobile.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth entrepreneurship support years by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
Welcome back. A romantic connection between two people can sometimes lead to marriage. However, it has been observed that most relationships do not end in marriage because some people would rather remain single because they have a phobia for marriage. Chinenye Nwoye takes it from here.
Research has shown that most spinsters and bachelors love the active life of singledom, and when it comes to committing to someone in marriage, they feel a deep knot of anxiety in their stomach. With the belief that marriage is for life, for better, for worse, and not a bed of roses, as often said, many people get cold feet about marriage or committing to another person. They think of how they will deal with the storm that will arise in the marriage, among others.
Because marriage is not something you just go into and jump out immediately. You have to know the person very well, know if you can stay. Some people like dating, they like the person is beautiful, she's presentable, I want to hang out with my friends, I'll go out with her. So if the person doesn't have a good character, the person can enjoy a relationship, but marriage, no, the person can't.
Girls of nowadays, they are difficult to predict. You can never predict the person to marry. You get confused.
The fear of marriage, experts say, can, however, arise from negative experiences of marriage witnessed in one's own family close circle. They were of the view that the idea of being attached to one person also makes some people think that it is better to live alone. The same vision, drive, independence, and sense of adventure with which they navigate their lives as individuals simultaneously makes them afraid to dedicate themselves to one person in marriage. Respondents believe that making a commitment to marry is a huge decision and a big unknown while still being single, and they say it is helpful to get acclimated to the environment of marriage and find concrete examples of married couples who still have a romantic spark and who have the type of life and love they want.
Like myself, I'm a married man, though I don't club. My wife don't club, but once in a while we go out.
Now, all relationships must not end in marriage because they say a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. But hey, marriage is beautiful with the right person, so no need for phobia. Now, Nigeria, as we know, is a society that hallows cultural and religious myths or legends. While some may have been lost to the times, others have persisted. One of such myths is that of left hand. Yes, your very own left hand. Daniel Aderiye in this special report goes in search of answers to why the left hand in most cases connotes so much negativity and in some cases discrimination.
Now, just so you know, I am not left-handed, although there are times I really wished I was. But for those of us who grew up in a Nigerian society like ours, there were times our parents would tell us things like, never collect or receive gifts from people who give to you with the left hand. We never asked questions. We were kids after all. But many years later, we're all grown. For some of us, already have children. We've stayed with this ideology and even passed it down to our children. But no one has actually ever asked this question. Where did this myth about the left hand come from? Who brought it? And why does it still exist after so many years?
In the 18th and the 19th century, generally and globally, it was viewed as being ritualistic. If somebody offers a gift or collects something from somebody with a left hand. But even as the time things began to evolve, we discovered that from the West first, we discovered that most of these things were considered as only being taboos. But up to today, the taboo is still here with us in Nigerian culture.
Detailed as Mr. Olowo's submission was, a part of me felt I should dig even further, probably find the possible spiritual undertone to this long-standing myth.
Everybody described Nigeria as being very spiritual. It is the inbuilt thing that is in us that we want spiritual reason to everything which we do. The same thing now comes to doing things in the right, doing things by the left. To us, it is highly spiritual that whatever you want to do starts from the right. When anything that is good starts from the right, anything that is not is from the left. When you are going, if you hit your right leg on a particular stone, it means you have gotten a sign that this thing is very good. If it is left, then you go back home to go and restart again.
Jesus is seated at the right hand of God. It does not necessarily connote that the left hand of God, there's nothing like that in the Bible anyway. It does not connote as if there's one part of God that is more God than other. Scripture does not, actually, does not in the real sense of it, belittles one hand.
Francis is one of the few left-handed people in the world.
I use left, but since people don't normally use left hand, if I want to give somebody something, I use right hand. But I don't know the meaning why people saying that it's not good for you to collect something from left hand.
Both hands are hands. There's nothing different from right and left.
There are some people that have leprosy in their right hand. So does it mean they won't use the left hand?
The left hand cannot be bad. God created everybody.
As it is, no one knows for sure where, when, or how this myth came to be in the first place. But one thing we do know is that God created man with two hands, and that is the left and the right hands, for the sole purpose of aiding mobility and, more importantly, making life and work easier.
Now, misinformation and ignorance are reasons why some myths thrive. We'll take another break now, and it is certainly no myth.
Classes on television for students in secondary schools in English and mathematics will commence on the NTA. The revision classes will transmit Mondays to Fridays from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. on the network service of the NTA. This is organized in preparation for the various national examinations and orders. This is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Education.
My name is Boss Mustafa, the Secretary to the Government and the Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. I've just had the rare privilege of taking my first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, and I can tell you that we are doing very well in terms of our response and the administration of the vaccines all over the country. As strategic leaders, we are supposed to lead by example, and the President did precisely that on Saturday with the Vice President, and we are continuing in that particular direction. The essence of taking these vaccines is to help us really fight this COVID-19 virus, and the combination of the non-pharmaceutical measures and the vaccine is the way to go in 2021 and thereafter.
Welcome back. Now, until recent years, some jobs were exclusively reserved for men. However, due to the changing times, some women go the extra mile by doing just any legit job to put food on the table, including odd jobs. From Ebonyi State, Chinaza John beams the searchlight on women who have become the major workforce at the Quarry Industrial Estate in Isa North Council area of the state.
This is Ebonyi Industrial Cluster, one of the biggest actually in Nigeria. It is located in Okwoshi Umohara in Ezanot local government area of Ebonyi State. One astonishing thing about this cluster is that 95% of workers here are women. These women come out as early as 6 in the morning to start struggling for the day's earnings. Most times, to avoid distractions, they strap their babies to their back while churning out stones from under the rollers. Because of this level of commitment and the seemingly hazardous nature of their job, one would think they are paid thousands of naira each day.
700, 600, 500.
Ordinarily, the job demands that these women wear nose masks to shield them from dust that emanates from the stones. But even with the outbreak of coronavirus pandemic, they still do not put on protective gears, as some of them claims it makes them uncomfortable. Some are widows, while majority of them have dependents, including their husbands. For them, their situation leaves them with no other alternative than to continue struggling for the upkeep of their families.
I have no parents. I no go for 5 years.
I have worked here for 5 years. Any other job provided for me would be better than this. My husband hardly provides for us, so I came here because I need money. I pay my school fees from the money I earn here because I want to go to school. Pitiable as this seems, some men interviewed queried those men who leave their wives to suffer in such a manner when they can actually help out.
If you go to our villages, you see people who do not do anything, people that have no good means of livelihood, marrying 2, 3, 4 wives, and they breed like rats. And some women in such situation, to make ends meet, the only option they have is to go to the quarry and help themselves.
It is terrible for a man to allow his own wife to go into such odd job.
It's a known fact that for the country to experience all-round development, some set of people must do this kind of job. That is why they are calling for the improvement of their working condition so that they can at least smile home at the end of the day. Also appealing to government to ensure that various empowerment opportunities get to these women to improve their living standard, as well as enact laws that makes wearing of nose mask compulsory at the site to safeguard their lives.
A lot needs to be done for the health of those women, and they deserve better pay. And something also should be done about their children and the pregnant women. Now, this is where we'll end Newsline for today. Hope to see you again Sunday next week. And remember that we can build our nation by showing love to each other. Until next week, God bless Nigeria.